Hello friends, this is Sanjay Barnwal. Today I'll share my knowledge on tax collection at source under Income Tax Act. Government of India brought this requirement. They introduced one new subsection under section 206C through current year budget with respect to tax collection at source on certain transactions. Those transactions are foreign remittances through LRS, Liberalized Remittance Settlement of RBI, selling of overseas tour packages by the tour operators, and TCS on sale of goods over a certain limit. Earlier they did have TCS on sale of goods for certain types of products, but now they have introduced TCS on sale of goods of all types of goods with two conditions. One is the company where TCS will be applied should have more than 10 crores of turnover in the previous year, and TCS will apply on a customer who has got accumulated sales of more than 50 lakhs in a year. This law will come into force from 1st of October 2020 and is applicable from 1st of April 2020. So basically you will have to consider all the transactions which has happened in a customer account from 1st of April 2020. So in this video I am mainly talking about TCS on sale of goods and SAP solutions relating to that. So first and most important thing is you need to identify and accumulated sales from 1st April to 30th September with respect to each and individual customer. SAP has provided you one body 1IG underscore TCS, and this must be implemented with method get sale amount. Once you implement this body, it will allow you to update with the customer detail, customer and seller and buyer relationship you will have to have, and fill this body with the total accumulated sales amount. You can use this method get sale amount. TCS will apply on the total sales if it exceeds 50 lakhs at the rate of 0.1%. If a buyer does not give PAN or Aadhaar card, then TCS of 1% would be collected. SAP has introduced two important tables, J1IG Accum HDR and J1IG Accum DTL. These are the important SAP nodes which need to be implemented, and you need to go through all of them to understand the complete impact of TCS and how you should be tackling that. So 2898812 SAP had conducted one webinar sometimes back, and it contains lots of information, so you must go through this note. Then this is the start 2948240. It tells you the data dictionary activity for the budget change on the TCS. There are certain programs need to be SAP has got lots of ABAP related changes, but once you apply the node, you will have to do the configurations mainly. Most of the ABAP related changes will be taken care by these nodes. I'll show you the configuration part later on in this video. So you have like 2948539 corrections to enable tax collected at source in outgoing invoices. This is very important note, and it contains lots of configuration related items. 2949714 section code needs to be updated for TCS billing document. 2960994 corrections to enable tax collected at source in FI customer invoices. So initially SAP had given only SD related invoices. Later on they allowed you to have FI related invoices as well. So you can do the TCS using the by applying this note on AB70 related transactions as well. 2963124 contains fact on tax collected at source, and then this is another 2965552 corrections to bill to party. So they have introduced this section note also with some corrections they had got. Finally, this is a e-document India general bug fixes for TCS and tax base amount. So once you apply all these, your system should be almost ready, and then you can carry on the configuration, which is coming in the next slides. So this is the note which contains all the configuration related documents. So you can access this note through SAP support page, and mainly the configuration are divided into these 5 categories: customer master configuration, company code configuration, pricing procedure related configuration, tax procedure related configuration, and tax account configuration. So let's go through the customer master. What are the things you need to do in the customer master? So first and most important thing is you need to have the customer PAN updated in your business partner if you are in S4 HANA, and that you can do in the country specific extension field, or if you are in ECC you can do in the country India version scene tab in the customer master field. Then you need to also update Aadhaar number, and that you have to do again if you are in S4 HANA in the business partner role, in the BP using the business partner role, and there is one identification tab. So there you need to update. This Aadhaar number field will get activated once you apply those OSS notes I mentioned earlier. Similarly, if you are in ECC under the GST tab, you will have this Aadhaar number field available. Then you need to maintain tax classification, and you need to create a JTC1 condition types in OBK1 T code for country India. Once you have created this, then you need to update JTC1 in the customer billing section master data in both S4 HANA and ECC side. Also, you need to update this JTC1 in the material master sales org 1 view. In the company code configuration area, you don't have much to do. Just maintain the PAN number of the company code in OBY6 using this additional data settings tab J_1I02 field. Let's go to the pricing procedure related configuration. Here you need to identify your first pricing procedures, all the pricing procedures what you are using, and you need to start by configuring 2 new condition tables in the so this is the T code you can use V/05, and the tables are 9SS and 9SU. You need to maintain these fields: LAND, which is country, company code, tax for the tax 6 for the customers, ID check, and this is STUC. This is for your control indicator. Likewise for table 9SU. Once you have configured these 2 tables, then you need to create 2 access sequence as well, and you can give any name, but SAP suggests you to use ZGD1 and ZGD2, and transaction is for that is V/07. In these 2 access sequence, you can assign those 2 tables you have created, 9SS and 9SU. After that, you need to create 3 condition types: JTC1, JTC2 and JTCB, and then you assign access sequence ZGD1, ZGD2 and ZDUM respectively in these 3 condition types. You also need to create one account key JTC in OB34 transaction code and maintain this account key against the condition type JTC1 and JTC2 in your pricing procedure. So you need to identify your all pricing procedures and update this these condition types JTC1 and JTC2 You need to make sure that all your steps JTC1 should start at the end of your pricing procedure screen. So it should have all the basic value, all types of conditions, because this withholding that TCS need to be calculated on the total amount excluding your this TCS amount. Then you have the tax procedure configuration. So again, similar to your pricing procedure, you need to configure the condition type JTC1, and the T code here will be OBYZ. Then again, SAP, for the sake of simplicity, I think they have used the same condition type, same transaction key. JTC, you have to use the account key for in OBCL. This will be used in your tax procedure, and then you assign the tax condition type JTC1 with transaction key JTC in your tax procedure, which you have used for your country version India tax procedure. After that, you need to create two tax codes. One will be the target tax code and another will be the interim tax codes in your FTXP for these two condition JTC1 and account key JTC. And you also need to mention, like, point G, that percentage what is applicable there, and you need to mention two types of percentages. If it is with PAN and Aadhaar, then 0.075, otherwise 1%. Finally, you need to do that GL configuration. So use the OB40 transaction code and you create two GL accounts. One is for interim TCS and another is final TCS. And you can assign these two GL accounts to the tax codes. So basically, SAP suggests you to create T0 and this is interim tax codes. So and then assign it in the OB40 transaction, the GL accounts assigned to the tax codes. So that's all you need to do from the configuration perspective. So once you have implemented all the OSS nodes and you have completed this configuration, then you should be ready to go ahead with the new setup. Only challenge will be for you to identify the accumulated amount customer wise until 30th of September. SAP also tells you, like, once you have identified these accumulated amount, if any credit happens against that accumulated amount, that will be adjusted against your next billing cycle. So suppose you have got accumulated amount until 30th September of say 1 million rupees, and in the month of November there is some credit note. So that credit note will be adjusted against your other open item for in the month of December. That's how it will work out. So guys, that's all for my video, and I hope you will be able you have got some good information on the TCS side. If you have any question, feel free to contact me. This is my email ID and mobile number. And thanks for liking my video, and please share and subscribe.